Hello, everybody. It is I, Art Deco, here with a brand new series for you that I have so gracefully, I have titled Art Deco Opinions. Now, I bet you're wondering, Art, what is an Art Deco opinion? And I'm gonna tell you, an Art Deco opinion is a wild, crazy take that no one else would really think of, usually involving drag queens no one has ever cared about, or things that only I would think about. For example, an Art Deco opinion would be something along the lines of, I want Sasha Belle back on Drag Race. Who's saying that but Art Deco? I'm trying to think of another one. I can't think of any other examples, but putting Frisbee Jenkins back on Drag Race is an Art Deco ass opinion and the right decision because I want Frisbee Jenkins back. So now that we have all that cleared up, let's get into the video. I'm gonna preface first, this background set, it's gonna change once I actually decide how I want to do this video format. This is a work in progress, okay, everybody? At the time of filming, I don't even have a logo yet, so hang in there. This video is going to be on Drag Duel Season 3. The cast promo dropped a few days ago at this point, and as someone who has been watching since Season 1, I thought who better to review an online drag competition than someone who has been doing online drag competitions their entire drag career. So I thought I'd start up this show to do that. The other video I'm going to release is going to be on Dragula. I don't know if it's going to release before or after this. Editing Art Deco, put it in here if I released it before or after. But yeah, so if I look the same in both of those videos, it's because I'm filming the same day. Duh. I'm very late to this. I tried to film last Tuesday or Wednesday. I think it was Tuesday. But it wasn't good. Like, it was shitty. I looked shitty. The video was shitty. But today I'm prepared. I have notes. I wrote notes out for Dragula and for Drag Duel. So I'm prepared today. I'm prepared. So, Drag Duel Season 3 promos just dropped. The theme was this purple and gold medieval sort of royalty vibes. Obviously, this is no shade to some people, but clearly they weren't really strict on, like, the colors or, like, basically just the colors. Because there's a lot of artists that wore other colors alongside their promo, or didn't include certain colors from the promo, which I don't mind, but some of them might get called out by me. But let's get into this. I'm reviewing the promo looks and the Meet the Queens, and I have all my notes right here to go over. So let's do it. First up, I'm gonna scoot over so I can put the picture here. This is where the picture will go. First up, we have Alex Electra. She is from Serbia and goes by she, her pronouns. I wrote down everywhere they're located and their pronouns, so I'm correct. And if you clock the fact that I don't have gloves or nails and I have makeup on, you will be banished. So this look, I think it's cutesy. I don't think it's anything crazy. I enjoyed it. It's fine. It does its purpose. I enjoy the corset top with the bottom. My only thing is these kind of corsety tops, I think having a straight cut along the waist with nothing like there to transition is a little odd to me. Not odd, but like it just doesn't, it looks a little blank to me. I wish it would have either like curved in, like if it went like this so that it gave like the cinched vibe, like with the shape of the sewing, or there was something, an extra detail there that like made the transition a little smoother, but I'm fine with that. I also think that the crown or the headpiece, I don't know what it was. It looks like crystals. I wish that was bigger or had more connection to the rest of the outfit, but I really did love the staff that she had. It was really good. So on my notes, I also wrote down things that excited me about their Meet the Queens. So I wrote trans diva because if you know me, I'm trans myself, trans non-binary, trans femme, kind of. I don't know. I do what I want. And then I also wrote they've been doing drag for 10 years. That's crazy. I mean, they look good as hell, but that's crazy. And like I said, they're from Serbia, and I took a look on their Instagram page, and I believe they're friends, or at least know of, Lana V. So, third season in a row to have a Serbian, and second season in a row where the Serbian contestant has a connection to the last contestant. So, I'm moving to Serbia. Overall, I enjoyed this promo. It gets the Art Deco stamp of approval. I haven't decided what that's called yet, so we're going to just call it the Art Deco stamp of approval. So, peace and love. Love you. You're great. Yeah. Next up, we have Aqua Flora. She is from Oregon. I believe Portland. I don't remember. Didn't write down the cities. But I wrote Oregon. So, you're from Oregon, and I know that now. They go by all pronouns. They're a gender fluid, creature-esque, weird drag artist. Very beautiful, but also very alternative. I've known Aqua for a very long time. We actually competed in the same competition a couple years back. Well, not the same season, but the same competition, and I judged her season. And I'm not going to say where she placed out of the kindness of my heart, but I'll just say I placed better than her. But I'm obsessed with her. I hope that didn't come off as shady. I'm obsessed with her. So, placements don't matter in competitions. I could be a first boot and still be sickening, and you could be a winner and I still don't care about you. Something to know about her is that she's in the Kiki House of Flora. They have, I don't remember what it was called. I think she said chapters. I'm not very known about the language and I believe ballroom, but I know she's walked Bazaar a lot. And I'm not very educated on this stuff. Forgive me if I'm misspeaking. You can shoot me if you want. But I've seen her walk before. She's one of the coolest visual artists I've ever seen. She can paint so pretty and she can be so pretty. But then she dresses up crazy. And I'm like, damn, I hate when pretty people are good at being weird. When I see a weird artist, I'm like, oh yeah, you're gonna look crazy out of drag. Or you're gonna look crazy when you try to do glamorous makeup. But then she looks good. And that pisses me off. Let me get into the look. The look, oh my god. Oh my god. She's a castle, guys. If you know anything about me, I love a that goes outside of the box. And this dressed up as the castle for the medieval promo. This is one of my favorite promo pictures of any competition I've ever seen. Ever. The trap door, the door, the drawbridge door that leads to the I don't know how much I can say on the leads to her special area, and the special area is stoned. Are you kidding me? Let me read some other facts about her. She's a nerd. She's talked about her interest in the Meet the Queens. She is a nerd. And nerds make the best drag queens or drag artists, I should say, because they just draw references from things that some people who aren't so nerdy and weird don't draw references from. When someone's like, oh my god, I love this show, and I love that, and I love video games, and I love comic books, and I love this and that, I know their drag's gonna be sickening, because they themselves have inspirations from so much different media. And I love that. What else? She's only 3 years into drag. I live. Me doing drag longer than her is crazy. Started drag in college, and made their outfit out of duct tape, and I don't remember what the other material is, but I remember tape, and it literally fell apart on the stage when they were performing. If that isn't the Art Deco-iest thing I've ever heard of in my life, I don't know what else. Well, I don't know what else. I don't know. But I love Aqua Flora so much. This promo gets a big fat Art Deco stamp of approval. I love it. All right, next up we have Gwendalin. They are 22. They're from Arizona. I don't remember the town. Don't ask me. but they're from Arizona. They're 22, and they go by all pronouns. I have known about Gwendalin basically since they started drag. I feel like I've seen them around. Not like I don't live in Arizona, but like I've seen them on Instagram a lot. I've been following them already. I live for Gwendalin. This Meet the Queens was amazing. They gave so much personality. That's what I look for in a Meet the Queens. You can tell me you've been to anywhere in the world. You can be like, I've been to Italy. I walked a Paris runway. I have been to every country in the world. You can say all that. But I want you to tell me, I want you to show me you. I want to be enamored by your personality, and that's what I am with Gwendalin. Gwendalin just has this personality that you vibe with. Like, it's like, oh, that's my friend on the other side of the screen. Even though I've never talked to Gwendalin in my life. So personally for me, that's what I live for. I also live for the inspirations they said. They said their drag name specifically comes from the Labyrinth with David Bowie. Apparently there's a character called Gwen or Gwendolyn in it. I didn't watch it, but I love David Bowie. Actually, I did watch it once, but that was like when I was 4 or something. I don't know. The name they came up with, Gwendolyn, they talked about how like when they do king drag, they go by Dolan. When they do queen drag, they go by Gwen. And when they do like androgynous or thing drag, they go by Gwendolyn. I find that so cool to have like a name that can be split up depending on how you're doing. I wrote they're a Jack Stauber fan. I love Jack Stauber, so immediately gets a A+ for me. Inspired by horror, inspired by like media that creates its own universe. I live for that. I'm very much the same way. A lot of my creations are created with like a story in mind. They have been auditioning since season 1, and they were actually a first alternate this season, which I find crazy because I love Gwendolyn. And then I wrote, what else did I write? Oh, as for the look is giving me non-binary Joan of Arc. I love the ruffles. I love the headpiece. The makeup's amazing. The headpiece is my favorite part, I believe. I love it. Works perfect for the promo. Looks amazing. I think there was a sword involved as well. I can't remember. But I lived for it. So this gets a big fat stamp of approval from our Deco. Next up, we have one of the 2, I believe it's 2 or 3. I'm prepared today. 2. I'm prepared. I think it's 3. One of 3 kings on this season. We have Heavy Cream. They are from Oregon. They're 38 years old, and they go by he, they pronouns. First of all, I'm so happy to see competitions casting people over 30. Like, obviously, 30's not old. I want to put that out there. 30 is not old. So, the fact that we actually have people that are over 30 casted on drag competitions actually makes me really happy. Like, I love all drag. Anyone that does drag, all ages, all sizes, all genders, give me it. So, this look was so cute. The, like, little short prince with the horse, that is camp. And then it was a whole set. I didn't even realize when I was looking at the promo that it was a whole set. I thought that was just the background, but in the Meet the Queens, it's like a whole set they built around themselves that moves with them. I said, damn, we got construction, we got outfit creating. I said, if I need a bookshelf made, I'm calling Heavy Cream. So I lived for that. The only critique that I have about the look is the small legs and the small horse head look crazy, but in a funny way. Like, they're so small in comparison to how the proportion should even be. Like, even if you're that short, like, the legs shouldn't be, like, that short. But I get it. Like, who cares about anatomy when you look sickening? So some things I wrote down. Their name, the how they got their drag name, that story is crazy. That story is hilarious. And that's exactly how drag names should be found. Obviously, I'm not that original. I got mine from a song and was just like, yeah, that's my name now. For their first performance, they performed Imagine Dragons, and that is the funniest thing that anyone has ever said. No offense to my Imagine Dragons fans out there. My mom, I love you. But that's just camp to me. And then they were talking about their inspirations, and one of the big ones was Rusty Hammer was mentioned. And if you know anything about me, I'm from Massachusetts, and Rusty Hammer is from Massachusetts, I think. And I love Rusty Hammer. Rusty Hammer is one of the top artists in Massachusetts, I think, like top 10 in my opinion. So it's really lovely to see that they're, what's the word I'm looking for? They're inspiring other people in other places. I think that's really fun. So for the look, heavy cream, you get an Art Deco stamp of approval. Yeah. Next up, we have another person that I've already spoken to before once, and I love. We have Hennessy. They are from. I didn't write down the pronouns. I'm so fake. Actually, I don't think they said their pronouns. So you're a they today, or she. I'll go they just in case. They are from Washington D.C. and they are 27. I personally love Hennessy. Hennessy is such a cool artist. I believe they make all, if not, they either make most of their looks or all of their looks. Maybe, I don't remember. But I just love Hennessy. They have such a good take on drag, and it always excites me whenever I see it. I'm attracted to alternative performers and drag a lot, so their drag just really speaks to me. Plus, they're a mustached artist. I don't know if it's fake or real. I couldn't tell, but I loved it. And they have a gap in their teeth, and when I was young I had a gap in my teeth, and I loved it. Like, I think tooth gaps are like the cutest thing ever, and so I'm really mad that when I grew up they kind of disappeared. So they're also a theater kid and also started in college, which is fun. Love that. And as for the look, they did this like cool jester moment where, and then the bottom was like, and then I love it. Anything clown, anything jester, I love. I don't know if you can tell that I love clowns, but I do love clowns. So this gets a big, huge, humongous stamp of approval from Art Deco. Next up, we have another artist that I've known for a very long time, or I've known of a very long time. It's Manurva. She is from Colorado. I didn't write down the pronouns, so you're gonna be a she today. If that's wrong, feel free to shoot me. They are from Colorado. And honestly, when I heard that Manurva was on, I have a friend named Manurva, and I was like, oh my god, my friend Manurva's on. And then I saw it, and I was like, that is not the Manurva I was thinking of, but I'm not mad about it, because I know this Manurva from Instagram, and they're really cool. They have been doing competitions, like online competitions for a while, and they said that they started drag at 12, which is crazy, and that was 12 years ago, which is crazier. And they said that they used to be really mean when they did online competitions, but they're nicer now. And my favorite thing is when drag artists come back to competitions, like specifically on Drag Race, a lot of the times they're like, oh my god, I was mean or I was a villain, but I'm coming back and I'm going to be nicer. And then it happens to be that they're still the same mean person. And I'm not saying that she's going to do that. I'm sure she's lovely, and I'm sure she's kind, and I'm sure she's great. But I think it'd be so funny if that happened, because every season needs a villain. What else is going to happen? They got their drag name from the Roman goddess of war, strategy, and wisdom, which I love. Yeah, I love that. As for the look, the peach and the silver, I think those go together very well. For this specific promo, I do not like the peach. I do not like the peach for it. I'm sure they were told they can do whatever they want with medieval, and they weren't told that they have to stick with purple and gold. But I just think that it stands out so blatantly with this promo in like a, not in a bad way, but in like a this doesn't belong kind of way. Like, it's a good look, but I feel like they just were like, I have this in my closet and I'm gonna wear it because it matches medieval. And who gaff about the colors? But I gaff about the colors as someone who's very strict on like colors here, color makes sense here. Blah. I like that. So that was one of my big issues with it. And then my other issue with it was the black undergarments underneath. I did not particularly enjoy those. I wish they had been silver or hidden, one of those options. Or if it was purple, they could have just been purple undergarments, but Whatever, who cares? It's drag. Life's gonna go on. I'm gonna die one day, and the last thing I'm gonna think of is not gonna be about the black undergarments Manurva wore on the season 3 promo of Drag Duel. So even with those little minor critiques for me, I still say this gets a big Art Deco stamp of approval because I still like it, even if it's not my favorite. Next up, we have Neon Noir. They said they're from like 700 places, so let me give you this list. They were born in Italy. They were raised in Montreal. They live currently in Amsterdam, but they have a title in Belgium. I love. They are a bearded drag artist, and they go by she, her. I live for bearded artists. If I didn't look horrible with a beard and also didn't give me raging dysphoria, I would be a bearded artist, but sometimes I just draw it on for fun. As for the look, I like this gown. I love the headpiece. I think they had a staff too. I don't really remember, but I liked it. I liked the staff, and I liked the headpiece. The only thing about the dress is it was just one solid color. It was sparkly, but it was one solid color. And as someone who is very into like maximalism and so many colors and blah blah blah, I would have liked something to break it up on the dress, like somewhere. But it's not bad in any way. It's just my personal preference is like I want more. More is more to me. So that was my only thing. But like I said, the headpiece is cool. The scepter is cool, or the staff. I don't know what it's called. I don't know if I said already, but this look gets an Art Deco stamp of approval. Let me flip the page. Mind you, I'm sitting crisscross applesauce, and I don't have shoes on, and I'm in shorts under this. So I don't really care. It's my day off. I don't really have to try. Next up, we have Rubber Band. He is 26. He goes by he, him pronouns, and he's from LA. When asked about how he got his name, he just said, I gave it to myself. And I think that's hilarious. He's a hyper king. And if you don't know what the hyper king is or a hyper queen is, and if this information is incorrect, please correct me. But I believe it's when a woman does queen drag or a man does king drag, that would be considered a hyper king or queen. He's very inspired by horror and nerdy stuff. He's very alternative. I looked over his page, looked really cool. As for this promo, I think this is amazing. It's a full suit. It's purple and gold. It does all the things it needs to do. I loved it. The prop, though, I don't know if he made it or someone else made it, but it is perfect. It looks amazing. I love prop making. I love doing all that stuff. I'm so crafty that it sometimes looks like shit, but this one does not look like shit. This one looks amazing. So this gets a big fat stamp of approval from me. Next up, we have another person that I've known for a very long time, and I've actually spoken to multiple times. We have Chaffronia. If I'm saying that incorrectly, correct me again. You know, just correct me on anything. She goes by she or any pronouns. She's from Moscow, Russia, and her drag name comes from the flower saffron. Very pretty, or the spice saffron. I don't know if the flower is called saffron too, but I know what saffron is, and that's all that matters to me. I love them. They're amazing. I've seen this person for a while now. We've followed each other. We've talked to one another a lot. I'm very inspired by them. I think they're so cool. I do have to say in the Meet the Queens, when they're talking, there's a fireplace in the back, and I don't know if that was purposeful, like to be like, oh yeah, there's a fire in the back, but it's just a TV. But that was so funny to me. Just like the fire sitting back there is so camp, like pretending it's a fireplace. What else did I write? As for the look, I do love the look. I couldn't tell if the fabric was a dark purple or a black at first, but I rewatched the video and it was definitely purple, just really dark, or like a velvety color, so it looked darker. But my one issue was the headpiece. I wish the points came up bigger because they're very small, and then the fabric in the back, it kind of morphs it all together for me. I wish there was more defined shape in it, but also I believe that the smaller headpiece is more historically accurate. I could be wrong, but I understand the choices, but also if it was me, I would just make the headpiece bigger. So yeah, overall, this gets a big fat stamp of approval, and I'm so excited to see someone that I've known for a very long time compete on a competition that I've loved since the start. So yeah. Next up, we have Smokey Carmichael. For some reason, I kept reading it as Smokey Caramel, and I don't know why. I have this thing where I can't read very well. I don't think I'm stupid. I think there's just something wrong with when my, like, the words to my eyes, something goes on in that space, and it fucks it up for me. But Smokey Carmichael, 25, from Chicago. If you know anything about me, I love Chicago drag. I'm a big advocate for Boston drag and Massachusetts drag in general. I always say we have some of the best drag here. Just so diverse. The scene is so diverse. You could find any style and flavor of drag you want. But Chicago drag is like, Chicago's my second home. I went there this summer to meet with my friend Aspen Peak. Here's a picture of us in drag together. And I made her costume. And I got to see the scene. And it was really amazing. Like, everyone there was so welcoming. It was such a nice, like, scene. Like, everyone, they had their drag down. They knew what they wanted to do. They were so inviting. They were accepting of my drag, and I'm just weird and stupid and silly, and they lived for me. I met so many people that I've known online forever. Finally got to meet them. It was a really great experience. I wish I got to see Smokey, because Smokey is, in my opinion, a legend. And when I say legend, I don't mean like, oh, they're old. I mean, like, when I think of Chicago, I think of Smokey Carmichael, because Smokey Carmichael is one of those people that I remember from Chicago so well. So, she got her drag name from the Rugrats, Carmichael, and then Smokey, duh. She is inspired a lot by the divas, you know, Diana Ross, Donna Summers, Beyonce. She apparently loves online competitions, and I'm glad to see people giving love to the online competition scene, because for a lot of us, it's like one of the main ways we get our drag out there, because I don't often get booked, or at least don't get booked in shows where I can show my full vibe, because a lot of the times it just doesn't fit the requirements, or there's like limitations. But in online competitions, you get to really decide what you want to do and how you want to do it, and the things you want to make, and how big your costumes can be. You can do whatever you want in online competitions. Competitions hold a really special place in my heart, because I've been doing them since I started drag. Whatever. As for the look, I do like it. It is a bodysuit, and then it has this, like, sorry, I'm itchy under this headpiece. Okay, there we go. If you can see my hair, no, you can't. It is a bodysuit, and then this long ruffled piece in the front. It's a little confusing and weird, but honestly, I love confusing and weird, so I was living for it. And then obviously, she's just beautiful. She's amazing. I love Smokey. Smokey, if you ever see this, just know, whenever I go back to Chicago, I want to see you. I want to see you perform. I want to see you do whatever you do, because you're amazing. I could watch you just stand on stage all day, and I'll be entertained, because I love you. So, of course, this gets a big fat Art Deco stamp of approval. Next up, we have Stella Incognito. She is from Croatia. Yeah, that sounds correct. Do I know where that is located? No. Could I point it out on a map? No. But it's fun to see people from different places, because I get to learn about their drag and how their scene is and what they do. They said in their Meet the Queens that they were inspired a lot by art, but also like drag queens in general. Obviously, me too. I love taking inspirations from other drag artists, as well as like art that I love so much. So, yeah, I agree with that. I don't really have much written down, because honestly, I was doing this at like 10 o'clock, and sometimes some things just slipped past me. But as for the look, I think it's okay. It's nothing groundbreaking. I think it's a pretty dress. It's nothing crazy, nothing terrible. But it doesn't really excite me. There's nothing that's going on that's like, I'm very excited by things that are like shock me, or like they're grand. And this feels like fine. It's not bad. It's just fine. So, yeah, in my personal opinion, I would have to give this the Art Deco stamp of I don't like I'm trying to do a toot and boot thing, but I don't really have the words for it. Like, I didn't plan this out. But it's just not my favorite. You still look great though. So don't take this to any offense. Like, you look great, you're beautiful. It's just my least favorite look. So with that, sorry. Next up, we have Transgenifa's Gotti. That is very hard to say. I can't speak, I can't read. Oh well. I love her. So she is another trans diva. She is from Boise, Idaho. She goes by she, they. And I live for this person. I've never seen them before. Actually, I'm pretty sure they're opening for Sasha Colby, and that's where I saw them before. But I've never really like looked over their page. They are so cool. They have such interesting makeup. And she just like has this fun vibe to her, and I love. Just a fun vibe overall. Like I said, the makeup's amazing. Um, as for the look, it's this like jester, but it kind of gives alien to me, like the stars and stuff. It's giving me alien, and the monochrome gold shiny fabric's just giving me very futuristic alien vibes. So with that, I give it a big, huge, humongous, throbbing Art Deco stamp of approval. I love you. Oh, I forgot to mention. She made this. She made this look. And I hope that she makes all her looks because she's really talented. This was amazing. I love artists that make their own looks. As someone who does it myself, I think when you make your own looks, there's something special about it because it's you, it's your work. It feels more alive than if you just buy something off the rack and wear it. But that's just a personal thing. Don't feel judged by me because, girl, I don't gaff what you wear as long as you're good. And, well, you don't even have to be good. Just be a nice person. Be a nice person, guys. That's all I'm saying. Next up, we have Zotic. They are from Phoenix, Arizona, and they go by they, them pronouns, and they are 31. Again, another cast member over the age of 30. I live. Did I write Transgenifa's? I did not write her age. I also didn't write Stella's age. I don't know if they said it. Whatever. Who cares? They go by they, them pronouns. As someone who goes by they, them pronouns, hey they, let's go make iced coffees, they have this really fun vibe. Their inspirations, okay, I didn't write them down, but they seem very nerdy. Like they have this cool, I'm pretty sure they're a king. Like they do more mask drag. I love their makeup. This mask was so cool. Like the split open, I've done something similar to that. But this was like so good. Like I love it. It's amazing. It's beautiful. The look itself, I think it's fun, but something's off for me. I think it's the dark purple. I'm pretty sure it's a glitter fabric, but like the dark purple and the dark blue, it's sort of just blending together for me. So I wish there was more bits and bobs on the outfit itself, but it's not bad. I'm not saying it's bad. I want more because I'm a maximalist. And y'all came here looking for an art. Don't cough ever again. I heard someone cough in my house. I'm a maximalist. I want more, more, more. But I can't fault for someone for not doing that because not everyone's me. So, with that being said, I still love it. I still love this look. I still love them. I'm super excited for them. 3 kings in one season is amazing. I think we need more of that. Like, personally for me, I'm hosting my own online competition. Shout out The Oddball. We're on season 3. Just like the Drag Duel. And it's a kings only season. So, obviously I love my kings. I'm obsessed with kings. They're some of the best, nicest, greatest artists I've ever seen in my life. So with that, bring me more kings. With that, this gets a big fat stamp of approval from Art Deco. And last but not least, we have returning from season 1 of Drag Duel, second boot. I don't know what placement it is because I don't remember how many people were there. It's Glass Stain. This shocked me. I didn't expect anyone to come back. At least not this soon. I also didn't expect it to be this season. If anyone was going to come back, I thought it'd be for season 2. But I am super excited to see them back. They said that this is their more evolved self. They feel more elevated from their last season. If I'm correct, they dropped the last season, which I understand. Sometimes you just can't do competitions. Sometimes you're not in the right headspace. Sometimes life just throws things at you that you can't deal with. I personally enjoyed everything they did on season 1. Their first episode, their talent show was super cool. Their runway was super cool. Episode 2 was a commercial challenge. I enjoyed everything they did in the commercial challenge. And then the runway was cultural, I think. I don't remember the runway. Sorry, I'm fake. And then episode 3 is when they went home, but it was like an art pop appreciation challenge in Lady Gaga runway, and I didn't mind their video. I'm not going to talk about the runway because that will be sound negative, but I liked other runways more. But they're amazing at drag and performing and everything, so I'm excited to see them back. I didn't mention, but she goes by she, her in drag, he, him out of drag. They're 27, and they're from Hartford, Connecticut, another New England diva. I don't think there was many people from New England on the season. I'm trying to see. Give me a moment. I'm looking. I guess Washington, D.C. would be the closest, but I don't even know if that's New England. Like, I don't know when New England stops. But as a New Englander, I love seeing New England drag. As for this look, I'm really excited. Excited? What's the word I'm looking for? I really love it. I love this look. This look looks amazing. The painting over the chest, I've always wanted to do something like that with, like, old frames. Girl, don't call me. Girl, someone called me in the middle of filming. Girl, bye. I've always wanted to do something with paintings like that, but I haven't yet. So, sorry, it's going to look like I copied you. But overall, this was amazing. I like the design of it. Love the makeup. This feels very evolved from what she did last time. Another, excuse me, another Art Deco stamp of approval. So, for my final thoughts, overall, I love this promo. The judges' promos were good. Derek was in a t-shirt again. I support you, Derek. All drag is valid. I do want to see Derek dress up as Nicole Paige Brooks for the next one. Like, I want to see mall drag. Bring back mall drag, Derek. Like, instead of a t-shirt where it's just like a jeans and a crop top, and then like put on a really bad shake and go, but no makeup. Keep the makeup off. But that would be sickening. Bussy looked great. Dom looked great. Dom had my favorite judges promo. Who cares about that though? Well, not like in a negative way. I mean, just like those aren't the looks I'm rating or talking about. So, but Dom had the best. So as for the cast, I love this cast so far. It seems very diverse. As for my top 4, the top 4 I personally hope to see. I really love a lot of those casts, so it was really hard to pick a top 4, but I picked Aqua Flora, Hennessy, Transgenifa's Gotti, and Gwendalin. I just see those are some of my favorite artists. Aqua, Hennessy, and Gwen I've seen forever. They have very fun vibes, very good drag. And then Transgenifa's, I want to say Transgina. Transgenifa's Gotti. She's a new artist I haven't met, but her vibe, her look, everything about her, she was giving it to me. She's giving something to me. But I love this whole cast. This whole cast is really fun. I could really see anyone making top 4. As for my favorite look of the promo, I would have to give it to Aqua Flora, because you know me, I love anything weird, alternative, but also crafty in like a non-negative sense. Like, she made this whole castle thing, and that's so fucking cool. Like, I want this look. I wouldn't fit in it, but I'd want it. As for my least favorite, I think I've already said it, but it would have to be Stella Incognito. It's just not something that suits my fancy. It's not my style personally. As you can tell, I'm not very trying to look beautiful right now, but I do love it for what it is. So it's no hate. This is what a review show is. Sometimes I have to say that I don't like something. But with that, that's the end of this video. So yeah. I'm gonna hopefully keep up with this every week when it starts releasing. I also have to keep up with Dragula, so this is mostly an excuse for me to do drag more often without just needing a show to do. But I'm excited for the series, and I hope you all enjoy it. So I'll talk to y'all later. Bye!